Hello, welcome to Gravel Coulee Woodworking. On this episode, we're going to discuss some friction polishes. Got 4 brands here. We got mylands, Hut Crystal Coat, Doctor's Woodshop, and shellawax. So, right off the bat, mylands bottle is not very good for dispensing, so we put that in a bottle. Doctor's Woodshop is not very good. We put that one in a bottle. Hut Crystal Coat has a very nice bottle. Shellawax is alright. That's the thoughts in the bottles. But we got a piece of cherry here. It's all ready to go. Got 1 coat of tung oil on it that's dried and ready to be polished. And we got it all 4 different pieces to discuss, to compare it to. Later we'll go over price per ounce and which one I think is better. And you can also see for yourself. Okay, so we got it all on the lathe. We're going to start with Shella, Doctors, Hut, and mylands. So you guys can keep track. We'll do 1 coat, and then we'll stop and we'll compare them all, and then we'll do 2, 3, and maybe some more. This is the Doctor's. Hut Crystal Coat. Okay, they all got one coat. There's not a real big difference. The shellawax and the mylands are a little bit glossier. I guess it's probably easier to see with the camera off. They all got a good feel. I know the Doctor's is thinner and they require a little bit more coats. They penetrate a little better, it seems like. But there's not a really big difference on the first coat, but let's go with the second. Shellawax. The Doctor's. Okay, that's the second coat. Shellawax is a little glossiest, as the, not glossiest, but glossy finish so far. They're all gloss. The mylands is looking really good. The Hut crystal coat. These three are kind of similar. This is a slightly glossier on the shellawax so far on the second coat. But the Doctor's has a really nice feel. That looks like it's starting to come around. So let's do the third coat and we'll compare it then. Shellawax. Doctors. Hut crystal coat. them all a little buff real quick. Okay, so that's the third coat. The shellawax is a little oilier, it seems like, where the mylands is a nice coat, nice gloss. It's hard to see at the camera, but it really is a nice finish. And the top, or the Hut crystal coat, they all look good. The Hut crystal coat is kind of oily too. It's kind of a thicker one, just like the shellawax. But I think it builds up just slightly too fast. Or the mylands is a nice build. That's a really nice finish if you're looking at them all. The Doctor's is really nice, but it's really thin, so it takes a while to get to like that point. But let's go ahead and start building them up again with the fourth coat and compare them. But so far, I think the mylands has it. With the Hut would be above. I'm gonna put the Doctor's above the shellawax just because the shellawax is really oily and it's not a nice, even, luxurious coat like that one. So I'm gonna put the Doctor's. So I'm just gonna do it right in line. Like that for the third coat. Let's go ahead with the fourth coat and see how they look. Okay, so looking at it with the coats, the shellawax is, if you apply too much pressure, it really leaves it not an even finish. I don't know, I'm doing something slightly wrong with that one, but I'm doing everything the same. It just doesn't seem like it applies as nice as these three. The mylands has a nice glossy finish. It's hard to see. The light kind of makes it too bright for you, but if you're looking at it, this is, the mylands has the nicest finish. That fourth coat really brought it out, and it has such a glossy, smooth finish, even. The Doctors is starting to get glossy now. It's starting to build up. It's different than all the other ones because the Doctors has walnut oil in it. I don't know what the Hut and other ones got, but I know that one stands out slightly different. And it's supposed to be, I think, food safe. I'll leave that in the description and read up on that again. But I'm pretty sure it's food safe, so that's kind of a cool plus in the Doctors. But it requires a little bit more coats, where 4 coats you get a nice, I would be satisfied with this mylands finish on the 4th coat, even the 3rd coat, but that 4th coat really made a difference. The Hut is still pretty good. It's kind of like right now it's not getting super shinier on the 4th coat, where the Doctors kind of just jumped up, and now that these two are like an even, so I wouldn't really put one over the other at the 4th coat. So I put these two together. Mylands definitely has taken the win on the 4th coat still, like it has been on all the coats. And I put shellawax in the back. Still a really nice, decent finish, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't apply as nice and easy as these ones. So let's go ahead and do a 5th coat, see when the Doctors start coming up, and see if this one, mylands, changes or any of the other ones does. Here's the shellawax. Hard to see, but it just doesn't get a nice finish across, and if you apply too much pressure, it kind of takes it away. Where friction polish to me is, apply a lot of pressure, get some heat. This is the Doctors. But crystal coat. Mylands. So that's the 5th coat. The mylands is just that really got really glossy. That's a nice, beautiful finish on that cherry. You can just see it. Just looking at it at first glance, mylands still on top. There's a no-brainer for the coats. It just builds up so nice. Nice even shine. The Hut crystal coat, it's not getting any shinier on the 5th coat from the 4th to the 5th coat. It kind of still looks the same. The Doctor's got a lot more shinier, and it's a nice even coat, and it doesn't feel, it's a weird, theirs is a little different. It don't feel like a thick coat when you feel it. It feels more, you feel more of the wood, but you get the shine. The Doctor's has more of a shine than the shellawax on the 5th coat, where they were lagging behind in the beginning coats, but now it's starting to catch. So I'm gonna put the Doctor's at 2nd, because it's a slightly nicer. The shellawax is still that same deal. It's not a really even shine across. It doesn't apply the nicest to me. And none of these finishes are any older than the other. I ordered them all at the same time, so you can't say it was older. I mean, it's kind of proof in the front of us. So I'd say the Hut still has it over the Doctor's, so I'd go mylands, Doctor's, Hut, and then shellawax in that order who has it. I would honestly probably quit right here if I was doing a piece with the mylands. That's a nice finish. I probably would want to go on to a 6th coat. We'll do a 6th coat and compare, but I would definitely want to try to get that built up on the Doctor's, unless I was going for a satin or not so glossy look right here. I'd stay with there. The Hut crystal coat ain't too bad though. It don't look that bad, but it definitely does not compare to the mylands. That one is a nice finish. Starting to look actually worse, so I'm not going to apply any more on that. I think you should probably quit with the shellawax sooner on the coats. But we'll apply one more to the Doctor's just to compare. But so far, the myland still has it. I would say the Doctor's at number 8 would be 2nd. I would go with the top coat not top coat, sorry. I keep messing that up, but I'd go with the Hut at 3rd, and the shellawax is still at 4th. I'm not a big fan of it. That's my opinion. I'm not liking it. But let's do one more coat on the Doctor's to see. That's 9 coats on the Doctors. It really jumped up. It's starting to get glossy now. You can see it. I think if you did a couple more, you could be similar to where the mylands is now. If you were needing food safe, it's kind of the best way to go on that one. Let's do a 9, or let's do another coat on the hut crystal coat. I think that would be 9. Yeah, this is the 9th coat on that. So let's do a 9th coat on the hut crystal. For the heck of it, let's do the mylands too. Not going to do any more on the shellawax because it's just getting worse. You know, that actually 9th coat on the mylands, you can kind of see it. It really made a difference. Really glossy. The mylands got really glossy on that coat. You can just see it. The top coat, slight difference. Not really too much on that coat. The Doctors is starting to get really glossier. It's jumping. It's a big difference on these two. It's hard to see in the camera, but the Doctors is a little bit of nicer finish than these two. The mylands is no brainer. It's a big jump. So we're just going to go to 10, and we're going to stop at 10 coats. That's a little bit more than I would normally do. I would stay at 4 or 5 on that, but you can just see it on the mylands. So let's do 10, make it an even number. We're not going to do 10 at that. We stopped at 7 on this one. So we'll do 10 on these 3. Doctors again. Hut crystal coat. Mylands. So, mylands really got it. That Doctors jumped up a crazy amount on that 10th coat. It requires a lot more coats. I actually read about that, or I seen a video on it, and that's how I knew that. But it is with a walnut oil. It's a slight difference on the friction polishes, but the Doctors are starting to get there. Hut crystal coat, really nothing wrong. Not as glossy as mylands. Not as a nice of a finish, but really nice finishes. These 3. This one, I'm not a fan of it. It was good in the first couple. I think it's a little too thick. So, but we'll get into more details here in a minute on it. But definitely, myland's still number 1 on the 10th coat. And I'd definitely say the Doctor is coming there on the 10th. It probably could take a few more coats and get a really nice finish. and then the hot crystal coat I'd put at third, so I do this one's at fourth still. But mylands, Doctors, hot crystal coat, and shellawax, in my opinion. Looking at it, we'll show you. We're not going to do any more coats, but we'll show you the finish now. So there's the mylands. You can just see it. It is a nice finish. Mylands, hot crystal coat. On the camera, it don't look as much difference in the mylands, but it is a big difference to your eye in person and the feel. Doctors. That's the shellawax. So we'll get it all off on the table and then we'll go through it here in a minute. Okay, so we're back. We got the piece here. And mylands, hot crystal coat, Doctors, and shellawax. You can come over there, show you the piece. So there's the shellawax. Mylands, the hot crystal coat, the Doctors, and the shellawax. So we got that here. My thought, the mylands is, I buy all my stuff on Amazon for the most part, and the mylands per ounce comes in a 16-ounce bottle, is a $34.95, and I get free shipping. Maybe you guys don't, I don't know, but I got it roughly at $2.06 per ounce, so it ain't bad. It has a really crappy bottle. You need to buy some kind of smaller bottle to put it in. I'm not a fan of the bottle at all, but that's not a big change. I'm gonna put this in at first, in my opinion. I will stick with this. I've done it on multiple bowls. I've liked it, but I've always wanted to try these, so I tried them. And then the hot crystal coat, the best bottle out of all four of them by far. They put a really nice bottle on. It's a 6-ounce bottle. This bottle on Amazon costs $22.49 US dollars also. And I got it roughly at, I get free shipping. It's roughly $3.74 an ounce. So quite a bit more from the mylands, in my opinion. For being cheaper, mylands still, even if it was more, it's really a nice product compared to these two. It's still a decent finish. Nothing compared to the mylands, in my opinion. I'm gonna put this in at third. The Doctors, I'm pretty sure is food safe. We're gonna get that figured out and leave that in the descriptions, because it's made with walnut oil. It's a really nice finish. It takes a little bit more coats to get to the mylands. I don't think it will ever quite reach the mylands finish. Maybe if you apply a lot of coats, but it took multiple. If you did 3 coats, mylands beautiful, and the Doctors is kind of not a gloss finish at all. Just bare wood. It takes a lot of finishes though, but it's food safe, so it does have a spot. I'll probably always keep a little bit on hand. This bottle will probably last me quite a while. It's an alright bottle. Not a pointed lid. I don't like these kind of lids, for one. It's better than the mylands bottle, but you still, to me, need it's kind of a big bottle, so. But this one costs $31.98 a bottle, and I got it figured out at $1.99 per ounce. It's the cheapest one of all of them for me, where I'm at. And it's Doctor's Woodshop, if you're wondering. This one's mylands. I'm gonna put this at second. It's a no-brainer. It's slightly better. Price, these two are fairly similar. This one's food safe, I like that. And it's also cheaper, way cheaper than this one. I like that also, so I'm definitely putting that at second. This one's third. The shellawax, I'm not a super big fan of. They have other stuff you're supposed to use with this stuff to get a good shine. I like just to use one. I don't want to have to use multiple different stuff, so I like to do a base coat with like some tung oil or Danish oil or a sand and sealer. then apply this. I don't want to have to apply all the fancy stuff they want too. There's, not to talk bad about them, but you can there is a thinner you can mix it for larger surfaces. I had tried this on a large bowl. I did not like the outcome. I ended up sanding it off, and I ended up going back to my mylands, which works pretty good on large turnings. I've done this on a large bowl and on like a goblet, and it turned out really nice. I've done this on a bowl. It turned out pretty good actually. It wasn't a decent size, like a 10-inch bowl. It didn't have a problem. This one was on a really big bowl, like a 16-inch, and I think I'll be uploading that video here in the near future. But I didn't like the finish. I had to go back to mylands. I'm gonna put this at 4th. This is the most expensive one too. Not what's the coincidence? It's $32.99 a bottle. For me, it's an Australian product, I had to get it shipped to me, which it was $8.99 shipping. I probably wouldn't have done it, but I wanted to really see it. I've always wondered about it. I want to see if it was really nice. But it's an 8.5 ounce bottle, so $8.99. I got it without. If you could get free shipping, it costs you around $3.90 an ounce, which is expensive. But if you have to pay shipping like me, it's $4.96 an ounce, which is ridiculous to me. So this one is definitely going at 4th. I do not like the finish. I probably won't buy it again. And because there's so many better options. You could get a good finish with it, but this is easier and gets a way nicer finish. Same with this one and this one, for that matter. These ones take more coats than these ones. But yeah, shellawax is at 4th. And then this is a London-made product. I like this. This is USA. I like that matter. This is also a USA-made product, and this is an Australian product. So maybe Australians get this cheaper shipped to them, but I don't know. But it's really expensive. These ones are a nicer finish. This is how I rate it. I mean, you guys are welcome to try them all. See, tell me what you guys like more, but you can't really beat the mylands. So mylands, Doctors, Hut, Crystal Coat, and shellawax. This is how I rate them. And if you want more of these videos like this, please comment down what you'd like me to experiment with. And if you like this video, please subscribe. It really helps out. And hit like. Thank you.